Alright, now let's continue outside of the eye. You'll notice on this side, coming out of the eye, on the right here, there's purple. And I want to get that represented by some purple. So we have this light purple right here. Light. Pressing the light on here. And we'll start the hair tomorrow. And we have a hair tutorial that's going to be extraordinarily detailed. And the even better news, in the actual class, I have not one, but 10 eye lessons, all combined into one eye extravaganza. You'll learn a dog's eye, a cat's eye, a lion's eye, tiger's eye, a bird's eye. You'll learn every eye possible. All right. You will be eyed out, if that is even possible, which I don't think it is. Alright, so I got a little bit of that purple there. And again, it's all about subtleties, right? Subtleties. You have to have the subtleties, otherwise it just doesn't look right. Okay, so there's some purple here as well. As we come in, we have a little purple shade, like right here. Obviously, it's not going to be really heavy. But we do have that purple as it comes down. Get a little bit of that in here, just so your eye catches it. The eye will actually catch colors that you didn't know was there, even though it's so subtle you can barely see it. It's important to have it in there because you want it to be perfect. Okay. All right, so now we're going to come back in with our black. And start with the dashes, which is the next lesson after the eye and the super pastel. So effectively, after we're done here, we make dashes with pencils, and then we're done. So I know the eye took forever, and I apologize for that. But it's better for you to see it, and see it done correctly. That way you know how to get it done yourself. Alright, so you have a little dot right here. Let's get that in there. There we go. And then as we come down, we have like a little line. And then we have a little line right here that goes like that, and then like that. And let's put that in. We can do that with colored pencil. Colored pencil is going to be the last stage. Alright, cool. So make sure you get that darkness up here in most eyes, because the eyelash, the eyelash will cover and you have shade coming down, and that's why you have the darkness up at the top. Very important. For this kitty, not so much, but for all the other kitties, it's so much. Alright, so let's start the dots and dashes as we come up. So we're going to need a white pretty much for this. So I know this paper is actually light gray, and I know you're saying that looks white, that doesn't look light gray, which is what I said when I first received it, but it actually works pretty well. Alright, so now you're going to put in your white, and I know that doesn't show up, but later when I take a picture, I guarantee it will show up. Come in, we have like the lines. So now we're starting our dashes. We have a curved dash here. Yep. And before we commit too much to this white, and we start making our hairs, which is going to be the next video. Before we do that, let's get in here with the black pencil and start making our darkness. With lights comes the darkness. You want fine lines, if you can get them. That's why you use the pastel mat, so you get these fine lines. As we come up, right here you have a dark area, so I'm going to press harder. And then around that we have lighter areas. So you have a lighter gray, and you can use a lighter gray if you'd like, but for this purpose I'm not. So again, I'm pressing really light. And if I went and sharpened my pencil, this would be a lot easier. As we come up, so just come up around the eye and all that. That looks pretty good. Then we come through here, we do want a gray. So now we're going to switch to a light gray. The light gray comes up out of the eye like that. Have a light gray. So there's very subtle color differences in between this, and you really want to hone in on that as you're drawing, as you're painting, and all this other stuff. So get our darkness here. That looks nice. And then we have our nice subtleties coming out right through here. So at the bottom and the top of the eye, you want really thin hairs coming out of the eye, like right here. Really thin, light hairs coming out like that. Like that. So that looks pretty good. And then we have a brown as we come up. And we're over here. I know we already have a brown, but I want to get another brown in here. You can't really have too many shades in the face. Looks great. And then we have a little purple there. So I'm going to get our purple in just a couple of strokes, not a lot. Like that. And then we get back with our black and come in through here. So we're just replicating what's in the picture at this point. So now as you come across here, you have black hairs and it gets sort of darker. Whatnot. So that's going to be our hair section. We'll do that next. For now, let's start with the other eye. So again, we're going to get the outline that we want across through here. See if we're ready to commit. The more I look at this, the more I like it. Now we have a highlight right here. Make sure and keep that area free of debris. Come in and we get that. We'll do this a little more to speed, my normal speed here. All right, we get that. Come in, and now you're going to get your applicator and come in through here and just sort of soften that up a little bit. So we're going to sort of bleed a little into our highlight, but that doesn't matter. It's all good. All right, so let's get the outskirts of the eye. Oh, I see a little more purple up here than I do on the other eye. Let's get a little purple in there. There we go. And we'll mix that with our, of course, green. Well, we'll do our blue first. Let's get our blue in there. Get a pretty good helping of blue. Get a nice helping of mashed potatoes in there. Blue. Blue taters. Nice helping of blue. I like that. All right. And then to add to that, going to get that nice green that we had. Where'd that go? There it is. Get that nice green in there too. Nice green, light green. Make sure you get the top part of the eye darker. There we go. Make sure that's dark. The bottom is light, the top is dark. So I got a little green on the bottom, but the top part is a little darker. That looks great. That's perfect. All right, now let's get that blended out. blend towards the pupil. So you see, you already have sort of a veiny thing going on. Blend up in there. If you get like a splotchy look, that's okay. And then we want to get the pupil and sort of drag it out a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. Drag out the pupil a little bit. There we go. All right, so we ruined our blacks, but that's okay. So I want brown at this point. Have a nice soft brown right here. Get in with that veiny look. There you go. That veiny look, it makes all the difference, my friends. It makes all the difference. Get that vein, vein, the vein. And we have, on this eye, we have a very distinct veiny area that comes across through here. And down, like that. You see that? You see that on the picture? Get a little bit of that brown. So we have 2-3 different types of brown. Get the brown up here. Get that darkness in there. There we go. All right. So now we can mix and match this puppy up, kitty up. Mix and match. Let's get this and push it out. Push it out. There you go. Like that. Looks pretty good. I do like that. I think we need a little more of the blue up top. I think we lost a little bit of that light blue. And then we need a little more of the green as we come down to the bottom. So let's get this darker green. Let's get that darker green and come up here with that thing. Here we go. Need a little more of that green down through here. All right, perfect. Let's blend it up. And then we are ready to rock and roll. All right, so the next stage is going to be the veins. I have my white pencil for the veins somewhere. Here it is. So let's get a little of these veins in here. Like that. We got like this veiny area here. Like that. And then on the outskirts, we have a little veiny area there. All right, that looks really good. Okay, cool. And a little touch of brown on the top still. A couple of hard strokes. All right, cool, we're good. All right, so now let's get the darker green area around the pupil right here. Like that. Mixing a little bit of that green over here with this brown, and make sure we have an adequate amount of the brown around the pupil right there. Like that. That looks good. I know that's sort of competing with the pupil because it's dark, but that's okay. Because we're going to come in and make that really, really, really dark. So, as with the last time, let's come in with our magical pastel. Magical pastel. Magical pastel. Magical pastel. All right. Okay, that looks really good. All right, and that could use a little bit of a drag. Could use a little bit of a softening drag. A little too harsh there. A little too harsh there, my friends. Drag some of that down into the highlighting area. A little more on there. Drag that down a little more. A little more on there. All right, perfect. Okay, so at this point, let's add our highlight. Get our white pencil. Get our highlight into here. So we have a highlight right here. Okay, have a highlight right here, have a highlight right there, and then we have a highlight on the outside right there. Then we have a highlight over here. No, you can't see that. And then we have a highlight around there. But we need to get the outline in first. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. Let's get the outline in. So we have a darker line here. And again, avoid the raccoon eyes. So we have a highlight right here. Let's not draw a line over that, please. Then as we come in, we have a really thin line right here. Really thin line. Like that. Let's replicate that thin line coming down. And then let's make sure to follow that line down into here, where it goes. And then you have a darker area here. Darker area between, and then you have your highlight. So that looks fantastic. Extremely happy with this, actually. For an eye lesson, I think this was very, very good. So I'm going to get way ahead of myself here, and I apologize in advance, but we're going to get into the colored pencil section a little early. I pressed so hard I broke it. Yeah, look at that wax reflection there. That's what I wanted. Come in here, get some of that wax reflection in there. Perfect, and then come up here. And perfect, and we have a little one here too. All right, so I'm pretty happy with this, and I think that looks really good. That is the eyes. So we'll come back later and we will continue on with the fur.